welcome to my channel. Make sure you subscribe, like and comment.
Well, guys, we're here finally at the reunion of Married to Medicine. I firstly want to say a big sorry to for us coming in here late. I know some people must have been waiting for us to come over and talk about the show. I really sincerely want to apologize that we came in late, but of course, there's no way we would have gone out without talking about Married to Medicine. There is absolutely no way. Anyways, before we go ahead and talk about the show, don't forget to like and comment your total opinion. Don't forget to click on the subscription button down below to subscribe. Like the video so that YouTube can recommend it to other people. So let's go ahead and talk about this reunion. Overall, how did you find this episode of the part one of the reunion?
I found it pretty interesting, because it was a lot going on, so many different personalities on stage. Sometimes they're happy, sometimes they're not, so I found it a little juicy.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, it's been better than what's been shown in all the last episodes.
Yeah. Okay. I also felt like the reunion was better than every other episode that we've been seeing because
Hmm.
I think we got to get some in depth about some certain things and what these ladies are thinking, how they think. For one,
Hmm.
we
Right.
got to find out about it.
Yeah.
Well, firstly, let's talk about Phaedra. And she was asked during the reunion this episode that why did she stop her friendship between her and Quad. We know during the beginning of the season, her and Quad were like
Yeah, thick
friendly.
as thieves.
Then
Yeah.
on, until that party, that Stoya's event, where all of a sudden she decided to fly differently after she was supposed to fly over there with Quad. Now, what
Right.
what actually got me in a certain way thinking was the response she gave. She
Mhm.
said, she said, um that why would she attach herself to the Titanic and that
Yeah.
she called Toya earlier on. So I'm like, does everything have to revolve around Toya? Toya wants this. You guys do it. So if you now I'm confused. Toya was saying that she wanted Quad to be in that party. Now
Mhm.
you're calling Toya, and Toya is kind of insinuating that she might not really like Quad. And just because she don't want to be like you said, she doesn't want to attach herself to the Titanic. That interpretation alone is like, why should I attach myself to somebody that people don't like? Who does that? I want to attach myself to someone that people love. So she said that I don't want to attach myself to the Titanic. And I did call Toya, and Toya, I don't know what Toya said to her, but I believe that whatever Toya said to her on that phone call was enough for her to say, I don't want to come with Quad. I don't want to be associated with Quad. I don't want to be near Quad vicinity. Not that Quad did anything wrong. And I'm like, you are a grown woman. Why would somebody's opinions about somebody make you change your perspective about somebody else? I still don't get because I see Quad as this. I see Phaedra as this very matured person. She has her own personality, but I don't believe that she's coming to marry to Mason to fall at the feet of Toya.
You know, my thing about this is I didn't like how Phaedra just jumped ship like that. Like either you rolling with me or you're not. You know, I don't need you straddling the fence because the majority is over there. You know, I'm a grown woman. I'm gonna make up my mind about somebody. I don't need you telling me. You can tell me, but I'm not gonna base my opinion about what you told me. I'm gonna base my opinion on how this person is treating me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and if I'm respecting them and they're respecting me, we're good. You know what I'm saying? So that's not a true friend. People like that, I don't need around me. Seriously. You know, I don't know if Phaedra did that because she's like, hey, I'm gonna be on this show. You know what I'm saying? So I could buy these $10,000 bags. you know, I'm gonna be on this show. You know. So maybe that's why she jumped to the majority, because they was like thick as thieves at the beginning, you know. They
Mm-hmm.
was they was homegirls. So I just, yeah, I didn't like that. I didn't like that. It didn't make Phaedra look good in my eyes. You know what I'm saying? It
Yeah.
made it made Phaedra look like a follower and not a leader. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't like that. Because I thought Phaedra might have been a little bit better than that, but she showed me different, which is cool. You know, but yeah, that's all I want to say about that.
Yeah. Now, moving forward, I don't understand. Did you notice? I don't know whether I was the only one that noticed, but did you notice that for every time anybody was coming for Quad or talking against Quad, Toya was making some stupid kind of laughter. She always had this giggle in her lips,
Yeah,
like as if she was enjoying how they were coming for her.
yeah, that too. I'm not saying I'm the beacon of all women that are women, but your dislike for somebody, it shouldn't show on your face because when it does, that means you're bothered. I thought she was unbothered. Remember, she said she was unbothered. She looked
Uh-huh.
bothered
She
to
said
me.
she's on board.
Said what?
She said she was on board.
Yeah, exactly. But she looked very bothered to me. You know. So yeah, I caught the shade. I caught it.
I really thought I was the one because that those laughter she was making was kind of very annoying. Very, very annoying. Now, did you notice that it now felt as if everything that Quad said was the truth? Quad never really lied against anybody. Because the Dr. G stuff, the way they're talking about it now, the first time when Heavenly talked about it, everything was like, "Oh, you were lying about Phaedra to me. You are telling me that she's them. She dated Dr. G. Blah 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 blah." Heavenly made it sound as if Quad was lying against Phaedra, and Phaedra made it sound as if Quad was lying against her. But now the change, the atmosphere has changed. It's not like, oh, I never dated Dr. G. Yeah, we just had something. Why didn't you say it at that time when at that Napa trip when everybody was coming for her? When they were all calling her a liar. Why didn't Phaedra come up and say, "Oh, I didn't really date Dr. G. Even if Dr. G told you that, yes, he might be thinking that it was a serious date, but I was just joking." Why did she make it look as if Quad was lying and Dr. G wouldn't have said that kind of thing? But now that everybody in the same room, everybody has started changing intonation. The Heavenly is now sounding as if she believed it. Um, Phaedra is now sounding like, oh yes, it happened, but it's not really a date. Why are you guys being honest now? You could have been honest during that Napa trip. You made her look like someone that was a bloody liar that always loved lying against people. Meanwhile, you all knew it was a truth.
Yeah, excuse me, Phaedra has her church girl image to keep up. You know what I'm saying? So she don't want to look like she was out there before she hooked up with Apollo. But she was probably out there, girl. You know what I'm saying? I mean, she's a beautiful woman. She's
Mm-hmm.
intelligent, you know. So why wouldn't she date until she found who she wanted to be with? It's different when women do it. We look bad when we do it. When men do it, you know, it's okay, because they're sowing their wild oats. And when we do it, we look like not so nice women, you know. So it's a double standard, you know. But just because you're dating doesn't mean that you're sleeping. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
I
that's
was happy.
mhm.
The only thing I'm happy at least that Quad was vindicated that she was not lying. That they were just trying to paint her as this liar that likes lying against people.
Yeah, there's a lot of half truths told, and a lot of bent stuff, and that's what's gonna happen when you're around a bunch of women. You know what I'm saying? They say one thing and then they say, I didn't say that. And then you play it back and they'd be like, oh, damn. That kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So it's always going to be some type of commotion. You just got to remember what the hell you say. And if you say it in front of one person's face, you should be able to walk to the person you're talking about and say it in front of their face, or save yourself the trouble and have everybody present so everybody could hear it all at one time, which is called
Yeah.
holding court. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
Yes.
it's gonna happen, but it was just a lot going on, man. It was so
Yeah.
many emotions flying, but we'll get to that.
Then after the whole Quad and Phaedra stuff, we had Andy asking Jackie talking about they first started with how was the White House stuff and the whatnot, and she was like that was great, and then now they're talking about the scandal from Heavenly's YouTube video that went around and everybody was canceling her. Now, there's something I want to say about this.
Mm-hmm.
For me, I felt like Jackie had the chance and opportunity to apologize. She had the chance and opportunity to make everything clear, to make us know that, okay, I am sorry for what I did and I apologize for what I did. But how did we go from you talking about the scandal? I did think, in my opinion, I did think she was going to apologize. I did think she was going to take accountability. But no, what happened was that she found a way to turn the situation around to make it like, oh, but Quad did not call me to know how I was feeling. I don't care if Quad told you to know how you were feeling or not.
Right.
What you did is what you did.
Right.
Nobody did it with you. Nobody forced those words in your mouth. Nobody asked you to say those things. No gun was pointed to your head to say those things. You said it by yourself, and you should take accountability. And for somebody that sits up on one pedestal and talks about accountability in the biggest way, she never did in this reunion, in this part one. And I was so disappointed that you put somebody in that. That is why I don't like putting people on pedestals. You put somebody so high, they always find a way to make you disappointed in them.
Mm-hmm.
Because how would you see an opportunity, a clear opportunity, to literally apologize for your mistake, for something that you stupidly said, but no, you could not do that. Instead, you're like, Well, these ladies were on my side. So, Sweetie called me. Heavenly always brought me chocolate and this. Simone always came over and checked on me. I don't understand. Why should that be the concern of the viewers? Why should that be our concern? Are we supposed to feel sympathy for you or what? Then you're like, oh, Quad did not tell me. Where did the accountability go? This group, they always talk a lot of nonsense, and all of them are guilty of the same thing. And I've always said it. They accuse Quad of not having accountability. It goes round the table.
True.
Round the table, every single one of them on that table, even to the newest um ones, none of them takes accountability.
Right. I just feel like, Dr. Jackie, when she made that statement, you wouldn't make that statement unless that's how you truly feel. You know what I'm saying? Because can't nobody put no words, can't nobody quote something. And then I go, oh, that's a great quote. I'm gonna remember that. And then I'm gonna quote it, and it's not taken well. You know what I'm saying? So I felt like as a physician, that's your opinion. You felt like that because maybe that's how you interpret things with the patients that she's seen. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
I I think black women are the strongest species on this earth. You know,
Mm-hmm.
we are amazing. You know, we're
Yeah.
strong, we're resilient. We're built that way. We carry life. you know,
Yeah.
there's no other human species that can do that. So yeah, we're remarkable. So when a woman is in pain, because that it's the truth. When they say a woman almost dies, they're close to death when they have a baby, that is so true. Oh my God. Who I could tell you stories, you know? But in order for your body to go through that and then bounce back, you know, however
Mm-hmm.
it's gonna bounce back, it bounces back you know, and the rest is basically up to your diet and your exercise. You know what I'm saying? So we bounce back from bringing a whole human on this earth. You know, we're I love women, because there's no other creature like us.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so when a woman says she's in pain, you got to believe it. You know, women don't cry wolf. We're the last in the household that goes to the doctor, that goes to the dentist, because we're too busy taking care of everybody else. What time in a day does a woman really have to herself, not unless she's single, where she can do her thing? You know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, we're resilient, we're badass, you know. So for that statement to come out, she felt it. That's her interpretation of what she goes through, and she can have her own opinion. That's cool, but then again, that ain't cool.
Yeah. And the way that she as in like her I like I said, the non accountability goes around the group.
Right.
she did not, as in I felt like it was you were the one they were talking about. You were the one they were saying you did something. What was Quad's name looking for in the equation? How did Quad come into the equation?
Because she wanted to deflect all that off on Quad. If you and Quad was that close, how come you wasn't calling Quad saying, "Girl, did you see what they were saying?" Or
Mm-hmm.
you would call your friend. You know, I know I would call my friend, especially.
Exactly.
We don't talk all the time. We don't talk once a week. We may talk once a month, every 6 weeks. And we catch right back up
Mm-hmm.
where we were because we're both busy people.
Mm-hmm.
you know.
Mm-hmm.
But if I had something going on, I would call my girl and I'd be like, "Girl, did you hear that shit?
Thank you.
Like, do you believe it?" Or I would fill them in and get their opinion on it, or let them know what's going on with me because I'm feeling some kind of way. So.
I The thing is that I don't understand how they do classify friendship. I don't know how they view friendship, whether the high class society friendship is different from the way we view friendship. Because I believe that as I am like now, and I believe that friendship are of different levels.
Mhm.
There is somebody I call my friend, and there are some certain things I don't discuss with you.
Right.
But you're my friend. There's some certain topics I don't discuss with you, but you're still my friend. That doesn't remove the fact that you're not my friend.
Mhm.
Why there are some that are my friend, I talk and discuss, we have chats, we discuss about every single thing.
Right.
I let you know about every single thing that is happening in my life.
Mhm.
There is a friend like that in my life. Doesn't still remove that friend that I still talk to, we gist, we laugh sometimes. Sometimes I think my friend, I spoke with her yesterday, and I can't remember the last time we spoke. I don't think we spoke all through last month on phone.
Mhm.
So I can still take away that when we spoke yesterday, we spoke so well. Like you would think that we've always been speaking every single day of the week.
Right.
We spoke for long, we gisted, we had a lot of chats, we had a lot of topics, we laughed. We talked about things that we've been going through. The thing is that everybody has things that are going on that's going on in their life.
Right. But
We,
maybe. Oh, go ahead.
we all have issues. We all have responsibilities. We have things we're doing. Sometimes it's be our jobs that are taking our time. We have all these things going on, and you expect that I should be that friend. I be around you 24/7. I could understand the calling part, but the phone works both ways.
True.
I have a friend that I'm not really. I am a kind of person. I'm not really the calling kind of person. Like I really don't call. I'm not the calling. I don't even chat. I always tell my friend, if you send me messages like on Instagram, on WhatsApp, you will just be wasting your time. Sometimes they have to call me and be like, I sent you a message on WhatsApp. Can you go ahead and read the WhatsApp? I'm not that kind of person.
Right.
So I believe that when you know the kind of person your friend is, if I'm not the kind of person that would always be calling you day, morning, night, sometimes I always want to be on my own. You call me and be like, oh, let's I want to see you. I'm coming to your place. I really don't want to see you at that moment because I just want to be on my own. And
Right.
it's better to have friends that understand that and will not take that as an offense when I tell you, you know what, this time I want to be on my own. That
Right.
is what is called friendship. When you understand your friend
Right.
doesn't even have to tell you by the way she speaks or the way he speaks, you already know what mood they are in. So I don't
Mhm.
understand the way they classify their own friendship because their friendship not it's not making sense to me at all.
Right. See, I have friends and I have a lot of associates. You know what I'm saying? But I'm an open book. You ask me a question, I'm gonna answer it. You may not like the answer, but I'm going to answer it. I'm going to answer it as honestly as I can because one thing I don't want nobody seeing is I lied about something. You know, if I answer it truthfully, how I really feel, You ask me again later on, I'm gonna say the same thing because it's how I feel. You know, so maybe these women on the stage of uh, Married to Medicine, maybe they're just good associates, you know, and they're not
Yeah,
really
probably. Yes, let's call
friends.
it that. Good associates.
Yes, you know, and some you tell everything to some of your good associates, and some you keep to yourself. Like I said, me, I'm an open book. You know what I'm saying? I'm not embarrassed about anything that I've ever done or how I ever lived. I'm not embarrassed about anything. I'm an open book, you know, and I'm always tell the truth. You know, so I just hate that Quad got the bad rap on that when they could have been loving on her. She could have been loving on them because evidently she needed a friend. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll get more into that once you get into that.
Hmm. And the way that um Heavenly was not like, the thing was that most of the ladies were thinking that Quad was the one that made the video resurface, and they were all finding Quad guilty. I was like, excuse me. Excuse me. At that moment, I'm not gonna lie, the Nigerian in me was like, excuse me.
Mhm,
At that moment, even if I had an apology for every one of them, the apology is gone out the window.
mhm.
Yeah, because you cannot sit down there and accuse me of that, or be thinking or have that kind of thought about me, and you expect me to apologize to you. For you to think about me in that manner, that means you don't rate me. You absolutely don't rate me. And the
Right,
thing is that even if Quad brought up and he made the video resurface, at the end of the day, it still boils down to one thing. Jackie, you said that with by yourself, with your own mouth. Quad was not there. Quad didn't force you to say what you were saying. So why are you? It's as in, so from the beginning of all this, even because when this thing happened, she made an apology video. So even with all the apology videos that she did make, right? She
hmm,
never meant it, because if you were sitting down in your house thinking that Quad was the cause of your problem, that means you never even understood that you had the problem at the first place. She never
right,
understood that what she said was wrong. So, because if you sit down, you know, and you're blaming somebody else, that means you've never really sat down and said, wow, I did really say something that did not make sense. That she has never ever actually thought of that.
right.
For them to, for those like, it's disappointing. I can't look at Dr. Simone the same way. I can't look at Dr. Jackie the same way. Heavenly, her own is always confusing. But for all of them to all stay there, they talk about bullying and bullying and bullying, but they are the old bullies. And the fact that you were thinking, all of them across the table were thinking that Quad did that. That was disappointing to hear. And Dr. Jackie nodding her head and being like, yeah, we thought that. That was very disappointing, because at the end of the day, Quad did not force you to say what you said. It was not on Quad's channel you said what you said. It was on Dr. Heavenly's YouTube channel. Nobody forced you to say it. You said it yourself. And for you to blame Quad, you've never taken accountability. And that's why from now on, I don't rate Dr. Jackie anymore.
Yeah, I think that Jackie was dead ass wrong with that. Simply because, like, what does Quad have? The hotline to all the women in the United States that wants to get in on those comments. You know what I'm saying? Quad don't have that much juice like that. You know, seriously. So yeah, people are gonna feel how they gonna feel about what comes out your mouth. You're on a platform, you know, and you you hold a title of being a doctor, you know, and you said you act like you're representing black women. You know, you're the voice for us all of a sudden. You know what I'm saying? But then you saying little sly stuff. Like uh, it don't mix, you know? So yeah, that's a big disappointment, you know. But hey, just because you got a degree doesn't make you have sense.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. And
Because
like Miss
I
Mame
know
said,
some look, I know some people who don't have degrees as sharp as some sheer scissors. You know what I'm saying?
mhm.
So yeah, that part.
And like Miss Mame said, they were so strange, like bullying, and Heavenly told Quad not to call. That time when Heavenly told Quad not to call,
Yeah,
that was very like, and the fact that I put it like this, you told somebody not to call somebody, but did you go and tell the person that
that part.
when the person was complaining that Quad did not call me, did you give an excuse and be like, oh wow, she wanted to call you, but I did tell her that this was not a good time not to call you. Did you let them know? You let her run with the notion that Quad did not want to call her. Meanwhile, you
Girl,
knew the truth all along that Quad wanted to call, but you told her not to call. These ladies are shady.
girl, let me tell you, Heavenly is a friend blocker. You know, we heard of cock blocking. She's a friend blocker. She doesn't want anybody to be close to Jackie at all. Jackie is her lifeline. You know what I'm saying? Since Jackie and Simone fell out, Heavenly slipped right on in there. You know, she'll go against Simone over Jackie, and Jackie won't open her mouth. You know, so any type of friendship relationship, Heavenly is going to block. You know, because if that's your girl, you would say, girl, look, I talked to Quad, and you know, I told her right now wasn't a good time for her to call. You would have let her know, but you didn't on purpose, because that's part of your character,
Hmm.
and that's what I
Yeah.
feel. That's part of
Mm-hmm.
her character. I've been around women like this. You know, like I said, I introduced two friends. They became close, and I was like, okay, I'm good. I'm cool. You know, so when we go out, they would sit all next to each other, and I'm like, okay, good. Give me all this space because I need space for my purse. I need, you know, let me stretch out on this side. You guys going to sit next to each other, buddy, buddy. I'm good with that. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have a problem with it. And when they hung out together, I didn't have a problem with it, you know? And then when
Mm.
somebody else came into the group, they were like, oh, no, 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 sit with us, sit with us. And I'm like, well, what? Okay, y'all all going to sit together. You know, I'm cool. You know, I'm an introvert, extrovert. You know, I like to be around people, but I like to be alone. You know, if that makes any kind of sense. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, so that's just how I am. But if Heavenly was her friend, she would have told her, you know, but Heavenly wasn't trying to do all that, you know, because she wanted to keep making Quiet look like the bad person. You know, she didn't care.
And the way Quad kept on apologizing, if it was left to me, I felt like she shouldn't have apologized to any of those ladies. And she apologized to Toya. And Toya, I feel like Toya was surprised with the way she apologized to her. I felt like Toya was surprised the way she apologized. Now, what I did not understand, what still gets me, what I'm still trying to understand is that why did Dr. Simone bring up about something that never happened on the show? Cameras never caught it. We never saw it. Why did you bring out that kind of tragedy? And did you notice the way when she started? Quad was like, Simone,
Don't.
Simone.
Yeah.
Like she was trying to beg her, please.
Yeah.
You know, that plead in her, you could see the plea in her voice
Yeah.
when she was calling Simone.
In her face.
Please,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
please don't.
Yeah. Yeah. I caught that and I didn't understand, why Simone got so emotional over telling somebody else's business. Something that's tragic, something that somebody's still trying to get over. Like, jeez. Like, put a dagger in my heart and then pull it out and stab it in my back. Why don't you? You know what I'm saying? Kick me in the teeth while I'm down. Like, girl, you know,
Mm-hmm.
because you're the pillar. You and your homegirls, y'all the pillars of society there, and this is how you guys treat each other, this is how you act. Wow, I'm kind of disappointed because I thought these women were a little bit more mature than this. You know what I'm saying? It's like they purposely try to hurt each other and shame each other, and like, damn. Whew. See, now you see why I can be in a crowded place but still want to be alone.
Mm-hmm.
These women are just
Mm-hmm.
treacherous, man, cutthroat. Shit.
Miss Mamik said, Simone is done in my books. I was disgusted. I was disgusted because at first she said tragedy, and she did not describe it. Imagine if the baby's mother is watching or the family. Oh Lord. Like I felt like that was tacky because you want to prove your point. You have to bring in a family tragedy that never happened on the cameras, in the cameras, between the cameras, outdoor the cameras. So why did you have to bring it into the show to create to pass your cross and point your point across?
Yeah. You know, I, she just wanted to break her down. Like, why do that to another woman? Like, I don't get it. I don't get it. I'm not put on this earth to destroy. I'm here to build up. You know what I'm saying? Everything I leave is gonna be better after I've been there. That's who I am. You know what I'm saying? But these women, they seem like, oh, you you're looking a little you got your crown on too straight. So let me tap your crown over to the side of your head so it could be crooked. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't get
Mm-hmm.
it. I don't get it. What? Ooh, okay.
Mm-hmm. For me, the moment um Quad was saying Simone no, that should have been a reason enough for me to just keep quiet.
Yeah, that old
I
saying, if you ain't got nothing nice to say, don't say nothing at all.
mm-hmm. I would have just kept quiet. And when Simone started, and when this lady started crying, Quad started crying, and Simone was raising the roof in her mind, that kind of upsets me for Quad.
Yeah. Yeah, they kind of act like Quan is beneath them because her marriage didn't really last. She didn't have no kids, you know. But like I said, if if you watch the show, and as a woman who's been through uh physical abuse before, and with that comes emotional abuse, you know, um, the signs were there, you know. When you would look at Quad and Dr. G back in the day, the signs were there, you know. And even though she doesn't speak on it, and I think she did once in the first reunion when she said something about he hit her and
Mm,
dragged her or something, you know. It just lets me know that, yeah, he has a temper. He's tight with his money. He has a temper, and he'll fight you. You know what I'm saying?
mhm.
Because he feels like that is his money, and we're gonna do it how I want to do it.
Mm.
you know. And so yeah, I feel bad for Quad, you know. And then she has to go through this with women that she's trying to work with, and possibly maybe build a relationship out of this working with. But, they're not even trying to have it because I feel that they feel that she's less than, or she's doing some shit that they can't do. It ain't like they can divorce their partners and raise their kids on their own, even though Quad doesn't have kids. But I'm just saying, you know, she's
Yeah.
d- she's living her best life right now, considering the cards that she was dealt. And I just kind of see like a little haterish with the rest of these women.
Ah,
They're not really liking her lifestyle.
no. And the way she was like, why do I have to do anything for somebody that has invited me to a house, for somebody that is there for me? Why do I want to burn the bridges? So I love the question Toya Heavenly asked that. You were talking about everything about this guy. Is um the fact is that the whole reunion was just so confusing, and the things that they were saying. How will you justify your beef with somebody else because of somebody else? She's justifying her beef and grievances to Toya, oh sorry, to Quad because of Toya. Please make it make sense. When she said that, I cannot, somebody, she has invited me to her house. She has cooked meal for me. Her husband has cooked meal for me. In her mind, she was saying something very marvelous. I haven't been to my friend's house in a year.
Hmm.
I haven't. I haven't eaten a meal that my friend made for me, one of my friend made for me in a year.
Hmm.
So does that make us not friends? Does that make us enemies?
Right.
So for her saying, "Oh, Toya has cooked for me. Toya has invited me to her house. Toya's husband has cooked for me. Toya is dead for me. So why should I peace? Why should I do that? It is you. I should be pissed at. Like, okay, yeah, but it's not fair that you should hate on because Toya is everything for you. It's not fair.
Yeah, that seems like a bunch of domestic stuff, you know, cook for me, I get to go over their house. You know what I'm saying? You have nothing else
Mm-hmm.
to say. Like, we have deep conversations. We go here together. We meet once a week here. We have our girl talk. She comes over to my house. We go swimming. You know what I'm saying? There was nothing in depth. It was just, I go over their house and they cook for me. If that's all it makes a friend, then geez, hell, come over my house. I'll cook for you. But it just seemed like all that screaming and yelling should have been on a deeper level of things than cooking and coming over to somebody's house. I
Mm.
just don't get all the yelling and the screaming. It's not that
Yeah,
deep. It's
and
not
the
that deep.
way
It's
she
just
was
it's
yelling,
a
Dr.
conversation.
Simone,
Yeah, it's a conversation, not a shouting match.
the way she was shouting, like, I'm gonna keep quiet if she stops lying. You know, people that rant like that shout like that, they want to be heard, they are the ones lying,
Yeah,
not the ones being lied about. They are the ones lying because
yeah,
it did not make sense to me at all. Dr. Simone, like, made me so pissed off in today's episode. I am disappointed. Jackie made me so pissed off. I am disappointed. the both of them.
Yeah, and Heavenly too. Put her on in that too.
Heavenly has always been there, so
You know,
it's not
I
fair.
I think when Quad apologized to Toya because Toya looked like she's ready to get riled up too for a minute, but that apology kind of like slapped her in the face and made her just kind of go, well, wait a minute. Yeah, because you're starting to look like the mean girl too, Toya.
Hmm.
Uptight and everything. Uptight with your husband, uptight with Quad. Like, I don't get it, but okay.
Well, I don't know. I'm so disappointed, like so disappointed in these ladies because they underwhelmed me. Underwhelmed me.
Wow.
What did you think? And we're soon we're coming to a close. What was your highest moment, and what was the moment that made you be like, "Wow, I never knew this was like this."
Um, I don't know. I guess maybe the mistreatment of Quad by everybody, and Quad like almost seeming like she's begging them to, or especially Jackie, to forgive her. You know, it it that part was the crazy part to me. Like I, I don't know why Quad felt the need to bow down, to somebody who is taking an acting lesson. She's up there hovering and crying over some shit she said, you know? So that I wasn't expecting. I really wasn't. Yeah, and I don't know how many times Quad got to keep apologizing, but she's a good one because I'm gonna apologize once, and that's it. But after all that, will they still accept her, or is it gonna be some more shit?
Yeah. Well, I can't wait for next week's episode to come because it looks like this will continue. We'll get to find out some truths and those that were lie and the show. So I really can't wait for next week's reunion.
Yeah, I can't wait to
I
see
can't wait.
Apollo. I can't wait to see Apollo, and I can't wait to see what this stuff Greg is talking about, Dr. Greg.
Yeah. Oh, thank you very much, guys, for joining us. Wow, and for sticking around with us. I know we started late than we were supposed to start. Um, so thank you for still sticking with us. Thank you, Miss Mermaid, for always being in the comment section. I appreciate you. To those that were in the comment section, thank you very much for being with us. Thank you for watching. Thank you for liking and commenting. I guess we'll see you next week for another recap of the part two of the reunion. But don't forget to like and comment before we go. Like I said before, don't forget to click on the subscription button if you're not subscribed. And you guys can actually give us, you can just give us a super chat, super sticker. It's very, very much appreciated. We'll see you guys next week. And also we'll be coming back later on, I think in the next like 20 or 30 minutes to discuss RHOP. So you can join us then for another episode of RHOP recaps and reviews. Have a nice day, guys. Bye.
Bye.